The President of the European Council says good progress has been made on David Cameron's reform demands as he prepares to publish a new settlement on the UK's EU membership. Donald Tusk said he would put forward the draft text on Tuesday but warned outstanding issues remained. UK and EU officials have been trying to reach an agreement that will pave the way for the UK's EU referendum. EU leaders will debate the proposals at a summit on 18 and February 19. Mr Tusk tweeted, "Tomorrow around noon I will table proposal for a new settlement for number UKINU. Good progress last 24 hours but still outstanding issues." His office said the proposal would be sent to the 28 EU member states at about noon Brussels time, before being published a bit later. An early deal, which would require the approval of all the EU nations, would allow Mr Cameron to call a referendum on the UK's EU membership before the summer holidays. Talks having been taking place for months between UK and EU negotiating teams on the reforms Mr Cameron wants to see before holding the referendum. BBC chief political correspondent Vicki Young said Mr Tusk's comments did not mark the end of the negotiations, with the PM due for more talks ahead of the summit. "The deal is not yet done," she said, adding that objections could still emerge to Mr Cameron's bid to curb welfare for EU migrants. He has proposed denying in-work benefits to all EU migrants until they have been in the UK for 4 years, saying this would reduce high levels of immigration to the UK. EU leaders rejected this idea but suggested an emergency break which the UK could use for up to 4 years. The UK could use this to deny in-work benefits to EU migrants, but it would have to prove public services were under excessive strain and would need the approval of other EU states. Tinkering. The proposal was to allow the UK to be able to impose the break within 3 months of applying for it, but Mr Cameron wants it triggered immediately after the EU referendum. He also says there should be no time limit on its use. After Sunday's talks, the Prime Minister's spokesman said the European Commission had tabled a text saying the UK met the criteria for triggering the proposed emergency break, describing this development as a significant breakthrough. The European Commission confirmed the text had been drawn up but said it had not yet been circulated to other EU countries. "The timing is in the hands of President Tusk and Prime Minister Cameron," a Commission spokesman said. "It is not enough for the Commission and Council lawyers to agree. This is a process that is run at 28 EU countries, and the Commission works for all 28 member states of the Union." Although the referendum does not need to be held until the end of 2017, it has been reported that Downing Street favours a poll on June 23. UKIP Deputy Leader Paul Nuttall accused Mr Cameron of playing us for fools and said any deal would be nothing more than tinkering round the edges, will not go any way to dealing with the wholesale loss of sovereignty to the EU, the eye-watering cost of it, or indeed go any way to bring back genuine control of our borders from the EU.